move on from the James Eubank fight. So just talk to me about like the current fighters you got in your stable. You've got Chris Kongo, John Joe Nevin,
Reece Bellotti.
Who else have I missed?
That's it for now. Yeah.
I thought you had one more for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the three boys we've got underneath. We've got Reece Bellotti, who was he was Commonwealth champion last year.
Yeah.
And he lost it to Ryan Doyle. He boxed Ryan Walsh at the end of last year for the British title, just come up short. So Reece will be back. He's just having a little bit of downtime at the moment and just having a little bit of a break from boxing. I think he's gone back to work just to get a bit of money and stuff, because obviously.
Isn't he?
So he works as a rigger on film sets. I think he's worked on like Harry Potter and Fast and Furious and James Bond and all these sort of things.
With him years ago.
You probably have, yeah. But he's got his wife Charlotte and his little baby Jackson. So he said, I'm just going to do this and just have a little bit of downtime from boxing, and then when Eddie comes back with an offer or a fight or whatever, then he'll be back on board.
So he's not retiring?
No. Well, as far as I'm aware, from when I've spoke to him, he's not. But
I saw an interview with Eddie Hearn. I thought he kind of gave the impression that Reece was like retiring.
Everyone's been texting me. I think what it is,
it's because I find a lot of this when someone loses, it's the end of their career. It doesn't matter if Anthony Joshua lost, that's it. If he's finished,
I know.
And I've noticed this past. I was talking to, I think it was Gary Lockett the other day actually, but we have this kind of thing in the UK now that if you have a loss or a poor performance, the media everyone's that's it, he's finished. And I mean, he lost to Ryan Walsh.
He's a good boy.
He's like European kind of level, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a good solid like fighter. Even when he got in there, like he looked massive.
He looked massive.
Like,
he looked
big legs.
Yeah.
Like he looked solid. But no, I spoke to Reece and I just said, look, these things happen. And I think what Eddie was saying was when he signed Reece Bellotti, he said, like, Reece, you know, like, you get one career, you've got to give this everything. So you've got to be a full-time professional. Like, you've got to eat right, train right, sleep right, everything. And I think he said, look, you need a sponsor to just, you know, fund you whilst you're in training camps and stuff. And he said, if I can get you a sponsor that matches your pay at work, you know, like, then that'd be, you know, like, good.
I hope he said that you earned like £1 million a year or something.
So he then obviously give Eddie Hearn the figure of whatever it was, and on film sets it's good money.
It's good money. Long hours.
And I think Eddie was like, bloody hell. Like he was like, why are you boxing? Like when you earn such good money. And Reece Bellotti just give him a simple answer, because I love it. And I think Eddie Hearn looked at that and thought, this kid obviously really wants to do well, like to give his job up of working on film sets and stuff. And he turned pro. Really loved Reece's style, this, that and the other. And I think because he knows of Reece's situation, he's got the house now, he's got his family and blah, 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 blah. And I think because Eddie knows that Reece has always got that as a fallback, if you like, can always go and earn like good money working on film sets.
It's quite unusual in a way, isn't it? Because a lot of boxers really don't know anything else but boxing.
Exactly, yeah.
I think Joshua Bratz's got a degree, didn't he?
He done a degree in business studies, I think it was. I think it's business studies.
Fall back on.
Yeah, but he's he just basically, I'm guessing Eddie Hearn's just clutching, basically saying, I could understand that Reece has, you know, tried to win the British title. Does he really want to come back in the little fights to try and build himself up again when he can just literally just step to the right and go and start earning very good money?
What have you and Jim kind of have you said anything like, I think we should do this, or do you have much input, or is it more?
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do with Reece is he'll have like a comeback fight, whether it be probably a 6 or an 8 rounder or whatever, and
see if you still got the kind of desire.
Yeah, build back into it and just maybe get like a 10 rounder, like for like, I don't know, an international title or something like that. And then we'll be a bit, so if we're 2 fights down the line, that could be like maybe 5-6 months. See where the domestic scene lies, who's got what, who's floating about.
Again.
Yeah, so I think we'll leave 2 fights just to sort of get back in, maybe pick a little international title up, build his confidence back, and see where we go from there.
It's unlikely that Ryan's going to still
have it by then. Yeah, I think I think Ryan Walsh wants to fight Kiko Martinez for the European title, which, in fairness to him, he's earned, because he's had that belt now for, I think he's had 5 defences.
Like 4 years or something, 3-4 years.
He's had it for a long, long time. Yeah, and I remember, I've been watching boxing years.
He looked.
He's been around years.
He looked so good though.
Yeah.
He looked like a man possessed, as in, right, oh no, I've not boxed for that. You know, keep fights, keep falling through, and he just looked at like a little bit. Had a little bit extra class compared to...
Yeah, all the Walsh brothers, they're all good fighters, all 3 of them. I don't think Michael's boxing anymore. I think Liam's still looking to box.
Yeah, he hasn't boxed since Gervonta Davis.
And I remember when he boxed, it was one of the best fights I've actually seen live, actually. He boxed Paul Appleby at York Hall. This was years ago, but it was an absolute war. And I just remember from that fight, that was when I sort of started watching the Walsh brothers from then. And this was, we're probably going back 2010, 2011. This was years ago. And from then, they're still around now. We're in 2019 now, and they're still on that sort of domestic British scene.
I think it's, again, it's the way you conduct yourself. They're quite nice guys, aren't they? They're not really like giving
No, they're really nice.
Sometimes it kind of hinders you, doesn't it? I mean, you know, going back to like kind of Eubank, it's, you know, he's the best PR kind of person.
Exactly. So that maybe putting that act on or whatever sometimes gets you places, I suppose, doesn't it? Like, but yeah.
Okay. Chris Kongo.
Yes.
You've been with him. Was he with Shane McGuigan or something? Before?
So he was in the same stable as Isaac Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He then left that stable.
That's right.
After the Okoye fight, and I think he
was with Ted, wasn't he?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then things went on.
That's right. Yeah, and then he started working with Shane McGuigan for a bit. I think it was like a couple of weeks or whatever, and then I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was because it was going to be under the McGuigan banner or whatever, and it was. I'm not really too sure of the ins and outs of it. But yeah, cut a long story short, he said it didn't feel like it was fit for him. And I got a call or a message about Chris Kongo, and I'd heard of him, seen him, so I said, bring him down. He come down, just to trial it out, just to see if he liked it and stuff. And that was pretty much it. We got a fight in June last year. He had that one, and then he had got him on the Joshua bill in at Wembley for the Povetkin fight. But he was a floater and he never got on.
Right, I remember that because he fought the first time I actually saw him live was the Mo Price British Warrior.
That's right, yeah.
I don't think you were. I don't know if you were down that time.
I think I might have been in America with James.
Was
that about September
that's
time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I was in America with James.
Because he had like Isaac was there and what have you, and that was the first time I saw him. And it was he had a big following crowd, and
that's right, yeah.
It was a good coup for Mo to put him on there.
I think this year, 2019, I think Chris Kongo's going to have a big year this year. Like, he's working with a lot of talent in the gym. He's a talented fighter himself. He's got a good background. He's been on the GB set up. He's undefeated as a pro. He's been on some big shows already. I think this year you'll start to see him on big platforms. You'll start to see him on winning titles. I think this year will be the year that sort of, in Britain especially, people, especially boxing fans, will start to know like who Chris Kongo is. Yeah, he's that good. He's ready now. He could literally jump in that mix right now. British, Commonwealth, he'd take it right now. He's ready now.
He's got a fairly big name, but bearing in mind he's not really fought on much televised shows. He's got a bit of a name, a good name, which is and it always takes a big following.
Yeah, like people enjoy watching him. He lives up to his nickname, Slick. Yeah. Like he's very slick. He's got all the skill, all the moves, and he can bang a bit as well. And for a welterweight, he's like 6'1". Like he's absolutely.
Yeah, I saw it. I can't remember what did he fight at welterweight at the September show? He looked huge.
Yeah, he'd have been welterweight. Yeah, and the mad thing is, he does the weight easy, which is frightening. Like, if I didn't know Chris Kongo and someone said this boy's a welterweight, I'd look at him and I'd go, he's got to be killing himself to make the weight.
It's like Cole Brook, isn't he? But then he does kill himself to
do it. Yeah, but with Kongo, literally, he does it easy. And I look at it. but it just shows you it must be genetics or just how your body is. Like,
obviously
he just does it naturally. Yeah, it's frightening how he does it, but yeah, he makes 10 stone 7 easy.
He's fighting. He's scheduled to fight in the Pro. Is it February? Isn't it? I think
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's quite a massive card, that is.
Yeah,
non-televised as well.
Yeah, it's a non-televised card.
Really good.
Yeah,
card.
He's I think this year will be a good year for Chris. I think people will start to see him, especially. He'll probably be on television quite a lot.
He's mates with Isaac, so I'm sure Eddie.
Yeah, like I think because obviously we're supposed to go on the Joshua one at Wembley. And I spoke to a few of the boys at Matchroom, and they said, look, leave it with us. Like, we'll come back, and we will get him out. And I think once he's had that little breakthrough fight, a bit like Jordan Gill. Jordan Gill's like, I think he was about 20-0. Like, then all of a sudden he got his chance on Sky, and then boom, 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 and from there he's just clicked on, and now he's like,
it's like taking the opportunity as well, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
I know it's a fight, but sometimes if you're like a fan-friendly kind of fighter, then you're more likely to get on.
Exactly,
like Dave Allen, really, isn't he?
Dave Allen's a perfect example. Everyone loves Dave Allen. He's exciting to watch. He's a character. So Sky love him.
Yeah.
Like, they want him on. Want him on.
Yeah.
He's never going to be an Anthony Joshua or a Deontay Wilder.
But numbers, he does high numbers, like when it's on.
From his personality.
Yeah.
From his personality. He's used his personality as basically a platform to, because he relates to just the everyday person who just has a laugh. He says what he wants at times, even on his. I see him on his
Instagram live and stuff. He's if you ever watch, he's just he actually answers all the questions.
Yeah, he's mad. He's mad. I do like watching Dave Allen. I like Dave Allen. He's good.
Just sometimes he's hit and miss when he's in the
ring. Yeah, he's a nice fella, Dave Allen. From I watched quite a few of his interviews and stuff, and he's like really honest, like in the things he says and what he wants to achieve. Or sometimes he don't really like. He sort of like talks about. He's like, I know where I'm at. I know I'm never gonna sort of fight.
It's refreshing in a way.
He just said like, for me to win a British title would be unbelievable. I'm just a everyday normal.
I mean, he went, what was it, 10 rounds with Dillian White.
Yeah,
8
he's
rounds.
Tough. All T's, he's boxed all T's. He's had some tough boys, but it just shows you Dave Allen's one of them. Like, you could ring him up as a promoter and say, Dave, do you fancy fighting him? And you go, sweet. How much am I getting paid? And when am I getting?
I think it's a shame in a way, because it's I think sometimes in the past maybe he's been taken a little bit advantage of. But then saying that, Eddie Hearn's actually sorted him out quite well.
So he's looked after him.
He's taken him. I think he's seen that, hasn't he? Like,
he boxed. He beat Nick Webb.
Yes.
At the O2, and from that fight,
that was.
I think that was a make or break for Dave. And I think if he'd have lost that night, he might have gone. Do you know what? Like,
I think Eddie kind of earned.
I swerved this now.
Because Nick was, I think, winning the first 2 rounds, 2-3 rounds or whatever.
He just a big right hand over the top, and it was over.
Saw Nick Webb at York Hall, actually.
That's right.
Kamal, the Polish guy, and Nick Webb was there, I think, as a tune-up fight, and got knocked out. And I think Dave Allen put something on Twitter saying he told him not to take that fight because this Polish guy's like.
I heard a few people say that the other fella, the Polish fella, was. He's a dangerous.
Yeah, that's what Alan said. He goes, he's only had
was
2
it over
wins.
6 rounds?
It was 6 rounds, and it was.
So you think
I'll put it on the.
It's
on
a long.
YouTube, yeah.
It's not long. It's never like. But in a tough fight, you need them. You want them over a bit of a distance as well, so you can just take your time a little bit. Don't need to be rushing like through 6 rounds, like in a life or death. Don't need that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, finally, John Joe Nevin.
Yeah.
Again, saw him. That's my first time I met you. You're cool.
Yeah.
He had the win there. Tell me what's happening with him, planned for him, because he's another one that's like got a good.
Yeah, Olympic silver medalist. He's won bloody.
Boxed in America.
I think he's won 2 or 3 world amateur bronze medals. He's won everything. Like, and he's honestly he's such a talent. Like, things he can do with a pair of gloves on. He's like a little magician. He sparred Lomachenko a few times. Like, this is the class he can mix in. I think there's a few things happening with him because he lives in Ireland, and when he's got a fight, he comes over here to train with us, but because of his promotional contract, I think.
Who's he with? Is it Golden? He was with Golden Boy, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. And I think obviously because of the American thing, he's been fighting a lot out there, just on 4s and 6 rounds and stuff. Yeah. And I think he predominantly would like to come sort of back over this way, because obviously he's closer to home. He's not got to spend as long as away from his family. But again, I think he's another one, John Joe, this year. I think you'll see him on a few big cards this year. He's another one. He's just waiting to get his foot on the ladder to just go like boom, boom again. And he's one of them. He's ready. Like, he's boxed the best in the world. Like, and his talent and skill is just unbelievable. So he's ready right now to any of them boys that are with the big promoters that are in his weight division. He get in now. He's ready now.
He's got a fight lined up.
I think he'll probably go in March. Probably.
Is that like a British Warriors card, or will that be?
I've got a feeling that one might be in America.
Okay.
And then I think the one after that, they'll look to do something like back here or in Ireland or something like that.
Is it like the Spike O'Sullivan kind of situation? He's like signed to go
away,
and he's
a bit similar, yeah, a bit similar. Yeah. But it's like he's super famous, like from in Ireland, everyone knows who he is.
Because I knew who he was, but again, this is probably like more of a hardcore thing. But like fighting at the York Court, like Chris Kongo as well. I mean, these are like super talented, and he's not televised.
I know.
It's
mad.
It kind of shows in a way that how British boxing is going at the moment. There's so much talent that it's not enough TV slots.
It's madness, isn't it? And it's almost like sometimes if you're going to be on these big platforms now, you've either got to have an Olympic medal, be an Olympian, or sometimes it ain't ideal, but you've got to be in fights that are sometimes a little bit too early for you to basically try and progress and push on and move on. It was never heard of people winning British titles in their like 8th, 9th, 10th fight. Some of these boys are still learning now, but they're having to do it under the pressure of winning British titles, Commonwealth titles, and before you know it, they're fighting in world title fights with like from 15 to 20 fights. Sometimes, and back in the day, when I look back to say Ricky Hatton, for example, I'm not sure what fight he won his British title in, but then he won the WBU, and I think he made about 15 defences of it, just selling the MEN out like time and time again. And eventually, I think he got to about 38-0 or 39-0 or whatever it was, and then he boxed Costa Zoom, and that was like he was boxing like all sort of like he was boxing Czech Premiership boys like mid. But then all of a sudden, when he boxed Costa Zoom, then he was in the Champions League.
Like, he wasn't. Costa Zoom was a favourite as well, big favourite.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was at 2:00 in the morning in Manchester. I didn't actually stay up to watch it. I was too young at the time. I remember watching boxing, but I could never have stayed up and watched it.
I remember watching it. It shows how old I am. But
and then literally, like, I got up and watched it the next day, and he just boxed out of his skin.
Like, what was it? 11th round.
He did come out for the 12th round, didn't he?
That's it, 12th,
Costa Zoo. And then from there, he went and boxed. He boxed Carlos Mauser. Again, he was awkward, not the best, but awkward. Then he stepped up and boxed Collazo at welterweight, which you could see he was a bit too small for the welterweights. And he dropped back down and he beat Urango. That was in Vegas. And then he boxed Castillo. Jose Luis Castillo. And after the Castillo fight, he got the Mayweather fight. But again, it was back up at welterweight. And after that, he obviously lost to Mayweather. He come back at Man City and he boxed. Who did he box? I can't remember.
I think my dad got.
Can't remember the guy's name now.
Who's he?
He was a foreign fella. I can't think of his name. And then he come back. Then he boxed Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah.
And then from there he boxed Pacquiao. And then obviously from there he started to go into his depression and stuff. But it was off the subject. But yeah, basically people don't get that amount of fights no more before really sort of like being stepped up and tested for sort of domestic and world honours.
Just how did you and John Joe kind of get connected?
So he's always sort of like known, like watching James DeGale in the Olympics and stuff. And there's a fellow that we know called Ron Bodie, who's always like helped us out and stuff. And we was needing help for Reece Bellotti's fight with Jason Cunningham at the time. Even though John Joe's not a natural southpaw, like he can switch both ways. So Ron said, look, we can do some sparring with John Joe Nevin if you want. And I was like, we've got to take that spar, like, because he's a brilliant fighter. Obviously got the spar, he come down, he liked the setup and where the gym was and the banter inside of it and all that sort of stuff. And pretty much from there really got speaking to him and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, ever since then really, he's sort of always been in our company and in the gym and training and stuff. And yeah, he's a really nice kid and really easy to work with as well.
So are you the head trainer or is it Dad?
So my dad's the head trainer and you could call me like his little assistant sidekick if you like. So basically I pretty much know where they're at in training, what they need to do. So
if your dad like you, because when I saw you, your dad was in Miami with
exactly,
James,
yeah.
You can...
So if he's away,
yeah,
I pretty much know where they are in training, what they've got to be doing on certain days, what numbers they've got to hit, when they've got to taper, got to sort the sparring out, all the things they've got to work on. So I pretty much, I'm just a younger version of my old man, really. Just like because I know the way it works.
That means you can take up like
yeah.
when your dad was in
yeah.
Miami and
yeah, it's almost like having two in one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just can't be in two places at once. Yeah. It's just physically impossible. But I've been working with my dad now since 2013, roughly. So it's been like 5-6 years. So I've been working with him for a while now, and obviously I get to meet the boys from when they first start, so they get comfortable with obviously working with my dad and myself and like whatever. And yeah, that's basically our little setup. My brother's there as well, and yeah, we just sort of like just do it the Mac way, really. That's what.
Do you get approached from fighters to come wanting to join your stable, and do you keep it as a small stable deliberately?
Yeah, so you always get sort of like messages and all that sort of stuff. And my dad always says like what he likes to do is he likes to give the boys a trial at first from both ends. So if he's around, if he's not in America and all that sort of stuff, that's another thing. Especially if they're just turning pro, he said they need that time where I can put it into them to transform them from an amateur into a professional. It's not fair on them if they come on and all of a sudden I'm in America for like 3 months. It just don't really work. But yeah, he'll do like a sort of trial based thing where they'll come down and see if they like it, see if my dad likes them, if they gel well, and then it'll sort of pretty much go from there, really. Sort of thing.
So no plans to kind of increase the stable at the moment?
My dad likes to keep it fairly sort of like small, just so that he can give the quality to the boys rather than having like 10, 15 fighters and like you go, did he spar the other day? I can't even remember if he sparred. Has he sparred? He ain't done his run. He needs to do that session. Don't know where he is. Like he likes it just compact, organised. Know where he's at, and I think you get the best out of you boys that way. I do, yeah.
Oh, cool. We've done an hour. So,
have we really?
Yeah, just under an hour. So I'm sure you're probably bored.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, whatever.
No, appreciate you kind of giving your time today. Is there anything that you kind of want to say before?
Anything that I want to say?
Or anything we missed? I'm sure there probably is something I have, but.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, I'll come down when the boys are in training. It'd be good to come down.
Once they're back in training, like if they was in today, we could have obviously gone to the gym and had a little
maybe a couple of weeks or something. Come down.
Yeah, once they're back in, you can just give me a shout, mate. You can come in and watch them train or whatever, and you can do a few interviews with them.
And that'd be good.
And yeah,
cool. All right, well, thanks very much.
No problem, Stu. Top man, mate.
Yeah, take care.
Top man.